As the San Francisco 49ers get prepared to face off against the Detroit Lions in the NFC Championship game, we've had the opportunity to hear from both sides on how they basically look at their opponent. And I don't think we're going to get any trash talk, none of that. No Brock Purdy predictions of interceptions or anything like that from either side. And when you listen to Dan Campbell, the head coach of the Detroit Lions, talk about Kyle Shanahan and his scheme and how he goes about it and how the 49ers offense is dangerous, you can tell like this offense is going to have him spinning in regards to how to game plan against it. But it also at the same time just provides and heaps a ton of respect onto Kyle Shanahan and what he's been able to develop with the San Francisco 49ers and all the weapons that they have. Take a listen right here to Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell just going in on the 49ers offense and all the different wrinkles that they throw at you and how insanely challenging it is to play against them.
Can you just explain what makes Shanahan's rushing attack so special and in conjunction with having a back like McCaffrey, I guess, that amplifies it even more?
Yeah, I think their system and what he's done for years and how it's evolved, everything kind of began, I think, with a wide zone, something that they really leaned on. But then it kind of evolved into more of this fast, the fast flock motion with the tight ends, and now you're blasting the edges. And then once you've done that enough, you get good at it, and they start changing fronts on you. You're able to adjust between the tackle, the tight end, and the other tight end that's moving on who's got what. So any front you get into, they adjust on the fly because you do it. You just rep it, and they're really good at it. And I mentioned this yesterday. So you get enough of that, then you get the counter off of it, right? You get that, and then you'll get gap scheme back this way. You'll get boot back this way. Then you get play pack this way. You pull the guard, and it's hard action, and here comes the dagger. Here goes the post over the top. He just does an unbelievable job of setting you up. He's going to make you stop it, and if you don't stop it, you keep getting it. And then once you feel like you're about to stop it, he counters. And he's just always been great about that, and the way he sets it up. They have a mentality about the way they do it. You can't do what they do without the mentality either. I mean, it's physical. There's nothing easy about what they do. And then when you have a back like McCaffrey, we know the athlete he is, but he's got really good vision. And he understands the blocking scheme. He understands what they're trying to do. He understands I've got to pull this mic all the way to this block, the mic linebacker, before I put my foot in the ground. And if I do that, I'll find the crease back here, and then the rest is up to him. He's on the safety. So you do that, and then you add in Debo out of the backfield with some of these things. You got Kittle in play pass. Ayuk. These guys, that's why they're hard to stop. They're really good at what they do. He's an excellent game plan designer, also calling a game. And then they got playmakers. They got players, and they got a heck of an all-line that's pretty nasty. So does that answer it?
Dan, when you talked to
Last two, Justin and Jeff.
They got players. They're really good at what they do. He's an excellent game plan designer, also calling a game. And then they got playmakers. They got players, and they got a heck of an all-line that's pretty nasty. So does that answer it?
I think when you ask a football guy a football question, these are the types of answers that you're going to get. As you can see, his head is just spinning, going through all the different ways that the San Francisco 49ers attack defenses, stress defenses with all their pre-snap motion, all the things that they do, also the Zorro concepts that we see where they're pulling either tight ends or fullbacks or even wide receivers across the formation. And it's essentially like an outside gap scheme type of thing, and they have so many basically like counters off those plays. So the 49ers, again, when they're in rhythm and they are able to get in and out of the plays that they want and the looks that they want, they're very, very difficult to stop just from a schematic standpoint. And then as you hear from him, you start throwing in all the weapons that they have to execute it. Boy, does it become challenging. But again, the San Francisco 49ers are going to have a pretty solid matchup against the Detroit Lions. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think they're going to be well coached and they're going to be prepared. But it's going to be up to the San Francisco 49ers to out execute and out scheme in this one. And it'll be interesting to see if that's what we get, because as you guys know, the Packers game wasn't that. It was actually surviving the basically inability to get that part of the offense going. It was hard. It was a hard fought battle, and I do expect them to be a little bit smoother in this game against the Detroit Lions. But again, cool to hear. I have respect for the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell, I think he's a great coach. I think he's very passionate, and I think his players absolutely feed off of it, and it helps build the culture there. And so, hey, man, this is going to be a difficult matchup. It really is. Like, it's the NFC Championship game. Both of these teams have earned the right to play in this game. It's not going to be a cakewalk, in my opinion. I do think there are ways that you can attack this Detroit team, but they're still a quality team, and they can attack us right back. So I got nothing but respect to our opponent. I do think the 49ers, I do feel confident in this game, and I do think the 49ers will come out on top. But however, hey, man, any given Sunday, you got to go out there and execute and perform. And if you don't, any team can punch you in the mouth. So it's going to be a phenomenal matchup. But let me know what you guys thought about what Dan Campbell had to say about the San Francisco 49ers, Kyle Shanahan, how he builds his whole scheme and his offense, and really kind of clues us into all the different things that the Detroit Lions defense is going to have to pay attention to in order to at least limit. I don't think you can stop this 49ers offense, but you can try to limit them. And I think that's going to be his number one goal. Let me know what you guys think about what he had to say in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.